Officials held another press conference on Friday afternoon to update the status following the Moore 20th tornado. Jeremy Lewis with the Moore Police Department gave an update on city streets and said residents have full access now. It's been a smooth transition and there are no barriers up. No exact number of houses. A couple officials estimated that to be around 1,200 houses. James Bryant, the postmaster of Oklahoma City, gave some interesting numbers. He also recounted how many employees were in the facility, including customers, at the time the tornado hit.
Our facility at the Moore Post Office was damaged significantly, where we had to move the entire delivery and retail operation. That's been temporarily relocated to the Airport Finance Unit. That's located at 6500 Air Cargo Road. Our delivery operations resumed delivery the day after on Tuesday. We resumed delivery operations. That first day we made about 60% of our deliveries on Tuesday out of the Moore zones and close to 90% out of the Santa Fe zones. Currently right now we're up to around 85% for the Moore delivery zone and almost 95% for the Santa Fe delivery zones. Basically during the day, most of the employees are out on the street delivering mail, and you mainly have a retail presence there. We did have some carriers returning back from the street at that time. I believe there was approximately 23 people inside the office, and that also comprised some of the customers that were out in the lobby. The station manager was very proactive in watching the weather. He and his supervisors were in constant contact with the carriers out on the street, notifying them of what it looked like and where to move to. But as far as on the inside of the building, once it became apparent that the tornado was coming directly for them, then at that time he brought all the employees and the customers that were out in the lobby back into what we consider our tornado safe area, and they stayed there and rode the storm out. So luckily no one was injured. The station manager, Chris Leary, said whenever it was over with, he looked through the windows to the west at the hospital and thought, wow, they really took a hit, and I think we're in pretty good shape. And then he turned around and looked to the east, and everything was gone. And then at that point he realized how lucky he was, and everyone else at that point. So.
Governor Fallin was not here today. She's at the Capitol. Could be the last day of the session there. Kelly Kane from Oklahoma Emergency Management spoke in her place. She said the governor will sign a disaster relief bill, $45 million to assist the cities and towns that were hit into an emergency fund. She also gave an update on the amount of people who have registered with FEMA.
We have had over 3,100 people so far register for assistance through FEMA, and we also have already had $1.4 million that is being distributed to those people who have registered.
Two more updates for you. Mike Patterson, he's the director of transportation. He spoke. He said there are 130,000 cars a day on I-35. He advised people avoid the Moore area of I-35. Please go around. They're still fighting some congestion there, and there are backups caused by locals just using that for the daily commute. But he advised if you can, please avoid that area. Phil Maytubby with the Oklahoma Health Department. He knows there's going to be a lot of volunteers now and over the weekend. He advises wear appropriate clothing, be prepared to have no resources, bring your water, and use common sense. And one final thing, more public officials said they are tracking overtime for city employees such as firefighters, and that amount will be extensive. More updates on newsok.com.